Well, with the Keystone Pipeline project closed down by executive order, it was the first executive order that Biden made, and the Dakota Access Pipeline now facing a similar fate. Is America losing its energy independence? Reaction now from Republican North Dakota Senator Kevin Cramer. Well, Senator, we are now importing fuels from Canada. As a result of this crisis, the administration says it's temporary just because of the hack of the Colonial Pipeline. But is there something more going on here, and could we be losing our energy independence?
Well, one of the things I'd say for sure is to the question is something else going on here. If this, in fact, was a Russian attack, and it appears it was, whether it's the country or some bad actors, no bad actors do something this big out of Russia without Vladimir Putin's watchful eye and concurrence. And remembering that we now import more Russian oil than we did prior to the Trump administration. So energy independence is more than just independence. It's not even just dominance. It's national security. One of the main really competitors on the global marketplace for oil is Russia. So as we shut down pipelines, as we shut down drilling on federal lands and federal minerals, as we make it more regulatorily difficult, we really are hurting our own national security as well as our economic security when we hurt our own energy security. So I hope we're learning a valuable lesson before it's too late to undo this
But Senator, we're forgetting that this president came on board announcing that he was at war with carbon energy. He wants to eliminate carbon energy from our economy in 15, 20 years. Even if that was possible, I mean, the job relocations and the problems with our own energy independence are enormous. And I don't think the people in the administration have really thought through how big it is and how quickly our economy would react. It appears that that's what's happening right now.
I don't think there's any question. That's why if there's a silver lining to this whole situation, it is the lesson that we can learn without too much harm. It's going to be plenty of harm because the transportation infrastructure, the value chain, it has fuel somewhere in the middle of it. And it's ironic, isn't it, that the workforce shortage that we're experiencing is actually hurting the opportunity to get drivers to drive on this infrastructure, transportation fuel. I mean, it's so cyclical. Energy touches everything in the value chain, no matter what, as does infrastructure, and that's why
but I just
hopefully it's not too late to turn around.
How far this president is going to go. We saw him campaigning as a moderate, but right now AOC thinks that he's doing a wonderful job as a progressive, as accepting her vision of green energy, which of course is something he said he was against during the campaign. He even said he was against shutting down fracking. I think we have a clip that we can play, and I'll get your reaction. Play the clip.
I guarantee you, we're going to end fossil fuel. No new fracking.
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking.
I am not banning fracking, period. I make it clear, I do not propose banning fracking.
Joe Biden will not ban fracking. That is a fact.
Well, as you guys in the Dakotas are very dependent on fracking as a source of jobs and to supply the nation with the energy it needs, are you concerned that he's going to go back on that promise as he has on so many others?
Well, let's remember that one of his other initial executive orders put a halt on drilling on federal lands, and much of the reserves in this country is owned by the federal taxpayer. That's not only bad for the economy and for energy security and energy dominance, that's bad for the pocketbook of the federal government because those are federal resources. But beyond that, even, to me, the biggest problem is the demand's not going away around the world. The difference is that instead of the United States filling the demand, Saudi Arabia is going to fill the demand. Venezuela will fill the demand.
But Senator, forgive me, I don't think I got a specific answer. Will President Biden go back on his promise not to interfere with fracking?
I hope not, and I think events like this week will prevent that. I can't speak for him, obviously. I don't speak for him, but I just hope that it's not too late to change his mind if, in fact, he's calling the shots.
North Dakota Senator Kevin Cramer, thank you for coming in, sir. Appreciate it.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Well,